Hello, this is a short video. I've been watching the Welsh Viking lately. I've recently discovered him, and he has some videos about early medieval shoes, and one pair of the very simple leather shoes reminded me of my own for costume shoes, and I decided to pull them out again, and inspired by those videos and the comments underneath them. This is Howard. He's getting into the shot, so he gets into the shot. Inspired by those comments, I decided to give these a coat of lard, pork lard, to make them nicer, the leather more supple, and to give them a kind of hopefully waterproofing. And as you can hopefully see, I've done that on the left one already, and the right one is still waiting for its coating, and I've just done it a short while ago and it's already making a difference. So lard is great for your leather, it seems. I'm not the only one who's just discovering it. There are other people who have been doing it. That's why I did it. So these are supposed to go with the Moravian Wallachian for costume, which I plan to make, have started making, and haven't finished yet. So I have a bit of a debt of honor there. Part of my family comes from Moravian Wallachia originally. It's in the east of Czechia, in Moravia. And yeah, these go with the folk costume from there. They are called krpce in Czech, and I think Polish and Slovak have some similar words for them as well. They are worn generally in the Carpathian region, but they are also worn elsewhere in Europe, Latvia, I think Estonia, probably in other countries as well, possibly even outside of Europe, because they are very simple. Various variations on these, I'm sure, might be worn all over the world. So the way they are worn in Wallachia, and I think most places, I've definitely seen it in Latvia as well, you wear wool socks in them, but in Wallachia specifically, men actually wore wool broadcloth sewn inserts into them. And as far as I'm able to tell, it seems maybe for women these are knitted socks, and these shoes are something of a more recent development, like end of the 19th century. It's not quite clear because we don't really have that many sources about this area, about this region, so it's, to a degree, it's all conjecture. So I feel quite comfortable wearing them, especially because they are very comfortable. Except that these socks actually aren't this kind of socks that you should be wearing them if you're wearing the Wallachian costume, because those were made from just natural color wool in white, off-white, or and dark wool, dark brown, black. And that's another very interesting part. Unfortunately, I haven't finished mine yet either, but I'm working on them. They are made with, Fair Isle standard colorwork. I think standard colorwork is the term we want to use here, because obviously these are not Fair Isle knitting. These are from Wallachia. These are very typical for this part of the Carpathian region here in the Czech Republic, in Czechia, and I think on the other side of the border in Slovakia as well. In these two colors, very, very simple, very striking. Originally, I think these, I've just recently read that these were made from pig leather, pig hide, because people were keeping pigs at home, so they just used what they had. So I think putting lard on them is probably quite historically accurate. But these are not pig leather, I think it's cow, whatever you call it in English when it's leather. These are made professionally. They were made by Mr. Jiří Hýža in Kelch, who, as you can see, made these very nice closing mechanism on the ties, where you just put the one end of the tie into the slit and then I can just tuck it down here. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but because he comes from the region, I'm assuming that he knows what he's doing. Unfortunately, I've never lived in the region, even though I actually have a surname that comes from the region and nowhere else in the country. So that's a pretty solid proof that my family does come from the region. So I think that's it. That's everything I wanted to say about this. They are, again, I repeat, in Czech they are called krpce, because good luck pronouncing that, because Czech has a syllabic R, so it's actually two syllables, krpce. And they are comfortable, they are fun to wear, they are kind of barefoot, as Jimmy mentions as well. The feeling is a bit like that. I think we bought the pair with the kind with the reinforced sole because we wanted to be sure that they will last. Me and my sister. I keep saying we, I think that means me and my sister. I like them. The great thing about them also is that because they are not custom made necessarily, especially for my foot, but they are custom made, so I could choose a style that would really suit my my foot shape with my big toes. So those are my krpce and I love them. Hopefully you learned something, hopefully you enjoyed this. Na viděnou někdy příště.